Hey Taurus, welcome. I'm here with your reading for mid-August to the end of August. I've already pulled your oracle cards. We'll do a general reading, a love reading, looking at you and the person you're dealing with, and then we'll pull some advice cards for you. As always, this is general. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you like this reading, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see future readings, hit the subscribe button and it should show up somewhere in YouTube land for you. Alrighty, let's get into it, Taurus. We have the Six of Cups in the reverse. The Palace of Cups. Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. And then balance spirituality and practicality with the full moon in Pisces. So maybe a bit of an emotional month for you, or rest of the month for August. Maybe it already has been. I do feel like you are kind of getting more in touch with your emotional side. Maybe dealing with some past traumas, or maybe dealing with some past hurts. Something in the past though that maybe didn't go your way. Maybe you're a breakup or anything. I mean, I feel like you kind of know what it is, but I think you're trying to learn from it and really work through your emotions. This Palace of Cups is saying that it's safe to kind of explore these emotions, work through these emotions, you know, kind of get in charge of them instead of letting them get in charge of you. And with the Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive, definitely feel like you're going, I think you're going within yourself and working through all of this stuff. There is something that you're overthinking a little bit though. I don't know if it has to do with whatever this past issue is that you're working through. But, you know, if you're worried about, you know, taking this time to, maybe you're worried about that you're wasting time kind of working through these emotions, but that's not the case. You definitely are doing what you need to be doing right now so you can move forward, and just make sure that you're keeping a good balance between the spirituality and practicality. You know, dealing with our emotions sometimes, especially through icky situations, you know, it's kind of nice to have the practical side of us that can kind of come in and be like, you know, you really had no control over this part of it, you know, especially if you're trying to like take ownership for maybe your parts that, you know, be like, well, you know, because it does take two to tango in most situations. So, you know, just make sure you keep this balanced while you're going within and dealing with this these emotional issues or working through your emotions. Alrighty, Taurus. Getting emotional this month, huh? Diving deep. I might title that in the video. Alright, let's do your general and see what's happening there. Maybe we can get some more clarification. Alright, Taurus, what is Taurus's focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for mid-August to the end of August? Please and thank you. Alright, we have Justice, the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. Overall, though, there's some kind of new start you're wanting to take, or your momentum, energy, motivation has been stirred. I'm not thinking it's quite as sudden as like a lightning strike, like kind of, you know, this one I feel like it's kind of like you may not have had a whole lot of control over this start. It was like something kind of lit a fire under your ass type of thing. But this one is like a little bit more, more like a sunrise versus like, you know, a lightning bolt. So definitely, still, it's passionate, it's fiery, it's still going to be faster, you know, than say the Ace of Pentacles or something like that. But overall, I feel like, you know, it's kind of a gradual thing that you're working through, or you're beginning, not working through. Could even be like a start that you're wanting to start, and that's why you're kind of taking this emotional dive within, so you can like kind of work through any kind of limiting beliefs or past traumas so you don't bring them moving forward. So the Justice card is your focus. I feel like your focus is, you know, kind of just being fair, equal, you know, making logical decisions. Let's see what this is about. Page of Swords. Not opening any communication. Someone may be spying on you. I do feel for some of you, there may be like a court case or something, and so you're like very aware that anything can and will be used against you in court, whatever it is, you know, it could be custody or just, it doesn't have to be like necessarily jail. But for some of, you know, for some of you, I feel like that's the case. And so you are kind of aware that there are eyes on you. And so you're making sure you're acting and you're behaving in a good light, you know, making good decisions. For those of you that's not court related, you're just, you know, someone may be watching you, someone may be spying on you, you may be kind of spying on someone, you know, through the internet, Facebook, that type of thing. But if not, you're just, you know, you're just making logical decisions, and you're not really very open with your communication right now. Your obstacle is the Knight of Cups. You want to make a love offer, or you're wanting to go after love, or, you know, find something that fulfills you emotionally. You have the Hangman in reverse. So it's time to kind of come out of hangman mode. It's kind of time to get out of looking at things differently and acting, you know, not acting, but looking for a new perspective or a new way to look at things. Because you know, you don't really need to look at love differently, if that makes sense. Okay? The obstacle, I feel like, is sorry, I don't know why I'm getting choked up. That you may be like trying to approach love differently, or you are going to be approaching love differently. So you might be looking, so when I say that, I'm not saying that that's an obstacle, like you shouldn't be doing that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it is an obstacle, though. You are trying to figure out how to approach love differently, possibly. Or at least approach, you know, deal with your emotions, you know, your more emotional side. You're trying to, but you're coming out of that. So you're just kind of like trying different things. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying it's going to be an obstacle because you're trying, you know, you're going to have to try and figure out what works out for you. Your advice is the Ten of Cups. So go after what makes you happy. Go after your happiness. Start something new. All right. In this card, I see the, you know, the Ace of Cups, fountain blooming from a lotus. So it's like, it's time to go after your dreams or what makes you happy. But we have the World in the reverse. So I'm really feeling here that there's something that's unfinished, but you should go after what you want anyways. You shouldn't wait around, because it's in the advice. You shouldn't really wait around for this cycle to finish, to fully close before you go after what makes you happy. There's nothing keeping you from going after what makes you happy right now. Okay, you don't have to wait for one, book to fully be shut before you can start, at least thinking about what you want to do next. Your most likely outcome is the Four of Pentacles. So you may be keeping things very close to the chest, very to yourself type of thing you're not going to be displaying your emotions to the world. You're not going to be, broadcasting anything. Okay. You're going to be keeping it very close. Stone-faced is kind of what I'm getting. That doesn't mean nothing's going on in the inside. It just means that you're not broadcasting what you're feeling or what you're dealing with or what you're going through or what you're thinking to the world. You're keeping it like very stone-faced. So don't be surprised if those around you don't have it, they don't have a clue of what you're thinking. All right. Let's see. Love. Taurus. What is Taurus's overall energy in love? Too many. But we'll take the one that flipped over. Page of Cups in the reverse. Not opening any communication right now. Holy moly. Person you're dealing with in a minute. This deck has since the first reading today is keeps dropping out. All right. The person Taurus is dealing with for mid-August to the end of August. Hangman in the reverse again. So they're not really hanging around anymore. They're not really hanging around, not really waiting, not really looking to look at things differently or see what happens. I feel like they've kind of already done that. So it's like they're coming down out of the tree. They're like, yeah, I looked at things differently. So we'll see if we can see what kind of conclusion they came to. Overall, between the two of you, this actually has been you're not the only sign this came up for. Overall, between the two of you, the Two of Cups reversed. I can't remember which sign it was. But, not really. Yes, there's a connection here. This is a soulmate connection. However, I don't feel like the two of you are coming together right now. You're closed off. You've cut off any emotional... You've cut off communication, but definitely communication about anything that's going on the inside. And they're kind of done waiting around, You're not taking any new leaps of faith. In fact, you may be partying a little bit. You may be going out with friends or relying on friends, hanging out with friends. But you're taking your guard down and, you're not taking a leap of faith with this person. So it may be that y'all already broke up. And so you're like, you know what? I'm not going backwards, not taking any new leaps of faith at all right now. Not jumping off any cliffs, but my guard's down. I'm going to go hang out with my girls or my guys, whatever it is, and you got the Two of Swords here and the Two of Wands here, both in the reverse. So you're not waiting on something. You made a decision to not wait on something. You have Justice here. You're like, I'm deciding not to wait on this anymore. Okay. It's like, it's all going to work out in the end. Everybody's going to get what they deserve in the end. I'll get mine, they'll get theirs, good or bad, whatever we deserve, we'll get. It's all going to work out. I almost feel like here you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm kind of just leaving it to, to let justice kind of work out, like a universal type of justice, like karma in a way, but not necessarily. Also, you're also being very logical about the situation. Could be a Libra you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, though. On their side, you do have a Leo or a Virgo you could be dealing with, but you also have air, water, and fire. So the only thing I don't see like out like is Earth, which is your element. So, but they may be, okay, so let's get into what they're doing, what's going on their side. I feel like they're kind of going within, kind of doing their own thing. They are ready to kind of open up some new communication, but I feel like it's going to be new communication, not necessarily with you. They do feel very disappointed with the Ten of Cups here in the reverse, that this didn't work out. I do feel like they think that, there definitely was a long-term potential here, but so I feel like they are sad about that, but they're thinking logically, they're being very logical about the situation. They are being honest, okay? They are being honest. So I don't really see anybody here doing anything that, even the Seven of Swords here is in the reverse. So I feel like if you think the person that you're dealing with is playing games with you or being dishonest or manipulating the situation, they're not. But, they're being very honest. They're not playing any games, but you may or may not be believing them. But, they may be appearing a whole lot stronger on the outside than they are on the inside as well, because they are, like I said, they are sad. They are upset about this. However, they may be stone facing it as well, and you may be like, well, they don't care. Well, they do. Doesn't mean they're coming back, but it hurts them as well. So let's pull some advice for you. Advice for my Taurus people. Advice for my Taurus friends for mid-August to the end of August. Please and thank you. Taurus. We got one, the Magician in the reverse. Not time to manifest anything right now. It's just not time at the moment, because whatever needed to end or needs to end isn't ended yet. You got the Death in the reverse as well as the Magician in the reverse. Eight of Cups. Funny how these same cards. But it is time to move forward emotionally. It is time to leave the emotional baggage in the past, which I feel like is what you're trying to do, which is why you're going deep, and taking this emotional dive within yourself to work through all of this. So, got the Seven of Coins. Just time, just kind of wait. See what's happening, see what's growing, see what's not. Like I said, not time to start anything new anyways. Okay, how many is that? 9. 9 of Wands in the reverse. So, again, time to kind of let down your walls. And then we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So, victory isn't here yet, okay? This really isn't, it's just not here yet. You're not victorious yet. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's just that, you have the Magician here and the Death here in the reverse. It's not, there's just unfinished stuff here. You can't really manifest anything new until this Death card has fully happened, because there's no room for anything new right now, because you still have some of this old stuff cluttering whatever around you, okay? But you are doing exactly what you need to be doing to move and moving on emotionally. Just wait and kind of see what, after the dust settles from the Death card, or, after that's finally done and over with, see what's left, see what options you have. Maybe look and see what you can keep, what you can salvage in moving forward. Not necessarily with that situation, but you know what I mean. And then let down your guard, let down your walls, you know, but you're not going to feel very victorious at the moment, okay? So like I said, there's still some other things going on. So like success isn't here yet, but it should be coming because you are doing what you are supposed to be doing. All right, Taurus, I hope you found something here that will help you through the rest of August, and I will see you next time.